All right, here we go. Oh, this is tugging on my headphone. All right, so stream should start. There we go. All right, so I'm gonna update some book errata that Peter Hayward asked me to sort out. Let me see. I've added 5 smiles to the rota. Tab called updates. Are you able to see this ASAP? Let me know any questions. All right, let's do them. So GH021 Magic Square incorrect video link. So the solution video link. That doesn't seem right. All right. 021. Let me put these down here. And this should be the new video link, right? I do this, and then do this. A Magic Square Sudoku. It looks like this. Does that? Yeah, that looks right. So that's done. GH22. What's the problem? The Ark of the Covenant. This one. Updated puzzle link. So we have currently this link, and they want to update it to this one. And that's different. How? Oh, the red has changed. That's it. The Eye of Osiris. I think that's the only change I can see here. All right. Fair enough. So this is GH22. Ark of the Covenant -4. And it'll be this. Which means we also want to update this to link address to this. Right. Like that. Believe. Wait. Which one is which one now? If I press this, what do I get? Old or new? I get the old one. Okay, 1 second. I click this one. I also get this one. Wait a second. Want 1 second. Did I change the link here, or maybe I did save it? Try again. Go it online. LBL. Oh, I'm confused now. Is this the new one? What was the old one? I thought they changed to a singular square. Or was the old one the singular square? Well. Alright, well, that's the right link. Either way, right? Just get rid of these and do that. I guess in the end, what matters is that they're the same. So if I click this and this, open this one, it's that one. And that one's that one. So as long as these two match, it should be accurate. All right. So that's done. All right, what's next? 1, 2, 3. Oop. No, 088. 088, my diary. Oh, it says 1, 2, 3. Solution video missing. Solution video missing. All of them. Okay. So I'm guessing that just has one video for all of the puzzles. Alright, I'll try not to spoil anything here. So we're going to open 088. And then we're gonna add video links, which are done using the link. Oh, this would be a video link, right? So I guess all of them would have the same link. What did we do here? Here we just don't have a link showing. I guess I can just link the same thing to all of them. 1, 2, 3, my diary. Why is it called 1, 2, 3, my diary? 1, 2, 3, 1, 3, 8. Sneak X Sudoku 3, 8. What are those numbers for? Are those page numbers, maybe? Is that page 1, 2, 3? No, I don't think so. One second, I'm just gonna check with the spreadsheet. Where's the spreadsheet? PDF page. Ah, okay. It's relating it to the PDF. All right. So, 088, and the video link is the second link. So solve it online, and then we should have this here. And that link should be this. Got the solution. And it goes here. All right. Oh, and no weird white space. All right. And then I guess I can put it on all of them. I'm gonna assume this is the same video for all of them. Like that. Like that. Like that. And that's it. Get the solution, so I should go down here, press get the solution, get this window, and somewhere near the end, I could link timestamps and all that stuff, but so that's like a little, yeah, alright, that matches. And done. And 55, solution video missing, so we have the same issue here. So I'm just gonna copy one of these, open 55, and wait, we have video part 1, video part 2, video part 3, video part 4, part 5, part 6, 7, 8, 9, Divina Commedia, DH055, Divina, the whole pack is called Divina Commedia. Video missing. Part 1. That looks to be the same URL as this. Yeah, it looks like it's right there. That's the same one, that's identical, right? Okay, not sure why he thinks that's missing. Um, Let me attach a screenshot that maybe he... Does that show URL? Yeah. So if I do a delay, 5 seconds, and then I should be able to hover. No. Five. No. Can take this and make a little arrow. All right, so this one I didn't do. This, oh, wait, I missed this one. We have a 106 as well. 106, what is that noise? Somebody's grinding something outside. Oh. What is that noise? I guess you guys won't hear it. Sounds like it's quite far away. Snake X Sudoku. Solution video missing. No, wait. Incorrect video link. That looks indeed incorrect. And the correct one would be... Snake Egg, yeah. All right. So 106. 106. And the video link here currently is this one. It's incorrect. If I change it, refresh this and press this, I'll go to Snake Egg. All right. I think that's all of them. Let's quickly go over them again. So we did, and let's put a little done there. So everything except the last one. All right. So that should be tested enough. Let me see. Make sure everything here looks sane. So, all right. And what did he say? More blah, blah, blah. All right. Okay, and then we want to deploy this. All right, so and then we want to quickly double check that it's correct. So that's the Snake X Sudoku. If I click this, I should get Snake X Sudoku video. All right, so a quick look at the other ones. Here 88, I think it was the videos. Solution video missing. Now we have a solution video. Select Sudoku hunt. And that should be like a super long video doing all the puzzles. The Grail, blah, dee da, dee da. Okay, that looks good. Alright, I think that's all deployed. Alright, so I think that's enough for the book stuff. I don't know if I can change the title while the stream is going, but I think we'll switch over to working on the editor again. Ooh. No. Don't know what. Oh. Where's that? All right. let's see if I can change the title. Edit. Easy book update. Alright, we'll change it to Cosmetic Editor and see if that updates on the video page. Yes, it does. Excellent, excellent. I wonder if it records the change in titles. Alright, so we have the editor here. Let me just run an update here. Did I deploy? I did a bump miner. Don't know if I deployed. What did I change? I forgot. Let's find out. Oh, I made the Sven peaker a link. All right. Let's just deploy this quickly. And then, yeah, we don't need this anymore. Do I made a to-do list. Oh yeah, but I put it inside the editor too. All right. Did I not press enter? Okay. Whee. I have to make control work here. Otherwise, it's gonna drive me crazy. Oh, and I added a couple of small bugs that I want to work on. Now that I think about it. The Snyder hotkey is not working. So that's done. The CD book errata are done. All right, let's see if we can fix the Snyder hotkey as well. So the Snyder hotkey is when you press Control Shift. So for example, if I have Snyder notated something like this, and I press Control Shift 1, well, it's supposed to show these for contrast. For contrast, if I do the same thing here and then do this, then I press Alt Shift 1, it highlights these, right? So I'm guessing the Snyder hotkey basically is intercepted before it can kick in by the code I added for handling probably the letter tool. All right, well. Snyder hotkey, I don't even know what to look for. Where would I have put that code? Key handler. New features is a really silly thing to put in code. All right, handle key down, key up, load color scheme. Ah, okay, wait. So. And do I have a function that I call for this stuff? If blah blah blah, if event key p. Ah, wait, it gets triggered by pressing a button. Yeah, it's triggered by pressing a button, not by holding a key. So that would be under button handlers. Special select all scene. Special select all scene. Okay. So we have handle button here. And then we're looking at these. Control match. Interesting. All right. Well, let's see what these values are. Could it be? But the control should still be 0 through 9. Oh no, the control isn't 0 through 9 anymore. It's now value. Okay. Control equals value. change to control. Which control? Get tool names control. So we can actually move this in here now. We just have case value. No, wrong button. No, not control. We want to put this there. Now we can get rid of that. This is our special case if it's a tool. And then this if control and control value. Now, does it make sense to move that to the front? Maybe. Just to have it visible. All right, and that should bring that special hotkey back. Blech. Unless I put a spare straight bracket somewhere. Control equals value, and there we go. So now, if I do this, should have fixed it. Oh, wait, what? Oh. So select specials all seen. Ah, not control. Value. Aha. 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 Okay, that fixes it. That's all I wanted. I apparently used that hotkey more than I thought, and it was bugging me that I couldn't use it anymore. So, always good to fix things like that immediately. Especially when they're annoying you, or you get used to it being annoying. And then you'll be less likely to fix them later. Fixed before you get used to it. Alright, that makes sense. So that should just be a patch. Right. Fix Snyder hotkey. All right. We want to deploy that. Don't need the checklist anymore. And then we'll switch back to our feature branch. Cool. Another task ticked off. That makes me happy. All right. And what branch we're working on? This one. And then we want to rebase it on master as well. All right. So now we should be back in edit land. All right. So first step, check why control. Well, I can probably guess why control breaks this. So if I click here and then press control, we're exiting the tool. Ugh. So while we're in the pen mode, we probably want to disable the other hotkeys. Now there's a couple of different ways of doing this. One would be to update the API to enable that. Two would be to monkey patch it in, to basically disrupt, like go into the code, figure out how that works, and then mess with that. Or the fourth would be to add a feature to say, hey, here's a flag. If that flag is true, ignore the thing. Where the first one is the most forward compatible and the middle one is the least intrusive. So I'm gonna have a quick look at how the middle one would look. So to do that, first of all, we're gonna collapse the code a little. Then we're gonna look where the key handlers do this, right? So this is update keys. So I press control. Control, handle tool, update keys, control. And then I think key down fires here. And it does it recognizes that we have a update keys. That's the update keys from here. All right. Exec tool key handlers. Yeah, so for example, here, the key handler, that's actually something I wanted to do. Oh yeah, so actually if we implement that, basically we want the tool to be able to abort further processing. Now, there is some problem because that would suddenly mean that the order of the tools matters. And if I ever extract the default tools into external tools and they get handled first, they would just capture that control key, right? So, handler call is key event. So let's see. Yeah. So if I do this, I press control, I get exec tool handlers doesn't fire. Key up, control left, open section cages. So key down. Wait, no, key down. No key down, update keys, hotkey, if tool.key handlers. Wait a second. All right, so there's a tool that does key handlers. Which one is that? That's the letter tool. Okay. So let's have a look at the editor tool. But first, let's have a look. Okay. So, corner, normal, blah, blah, blah. And then key handlers. Key handlers. Okay. So let's do this. So none of these have key handlers. That's because the letter tool is off. And then the letter tool has a key handler for 0. All right. Why does it have a key handler for 0? Because it's gonna, wait a second. Oh, because it handles the backslash, the slash key, not the 0 key. Why does it say 0 though? What the? Key handlers. Object.keys, key handlers. Oh, because it's an array. Never mind. So the 0 was just the first index of the array. So what we really want is key handlers for backslash and handles a keyboard event. All right. Key handlers. This one. And then handler. All right, just make one key. The event we don't actually care about. And is key. So like this. So is key false. If I do slash, true. Okay. So that means now we should be able to hijack the control key and just but is key. How does is key work? So is key looks at what? Event code, event key. So event code, event key, event code, event key. Wait, where's the event? Event dot code, event dot key. I think I can pass a function as well, right? Yeah. Event. And the spammers are here. Sometimes you're my only viewers. Hide and move and report. I guess I have to do all 3. I don't know. But I'll do it. Control left, control. So that means I could just do this. And do this. I don't know how that affects control left. No, prevent default doesn't do the trick here. We need to accept a return value. So the question is, do we still want to continue processing through all the other tools? Or shall we just stop at the first one? Right, somebody's drilling somewhere. Somebody's drilling somewhere. All right. Oh my god. I have to recharge these headphones. They're supposed to be noise canceling. But, you know, that's what you get for 20 bucks. So this needs to go into a loop, basically. In fact, the whole thing should just go into a function. I think the only thing we need is the event, right? So handle tool key handlers. Right, so then we can do this dot event. Don't think there's any other information we have here. Oh, geez. All right. So tools. So we'll do this, and then we'll do this. If to I guess we'll make this key. Now, do we want to process all the? Yeah, we probably want to process all the handlers off a tool, or a specific tool. So we can do something like this. Tools I or empty array. We don't need all this stuff here. And then here we can do let tools let abort event equals false. Return abort event. All right, and then here key event blah di da di da tool handler dot call tool tools I. Good enough. And then if not return. And then here we can do abort event and then equals or equals that. All right. Any bets if this will work first time? Unit testing? No, not on this project. Not on this project. Unit testing is always tricky with games. But once I start pulling things apart into more organized components with more well-defined APIs, I definitely unit testing would be very, very suitable for that sort of thing. But for games where a lot of the errors are a combination of how people use it, you're not gonna, like for example, I've had bugs that only occur after hundreds or thousands of actions playing a game, and not every time. You can't unit test that, right? But you can unit test smaller components here. But this started as a small homebrew project, and then the only dev on it, so it's a little bit, I should definitely start unit testing the server components, because deploying a bad server component can suddenly affect tens of thousands or hundreds of thousands of users, and that's just bad form. But I'll be honest. My own experience with since I've been developing since before unit testing was a thing, and my first work that I ever did was for a website that literally ran on my work computer. So this was early days of internet, mid to late 90s. We didn't have hosting or anything like that. We literally ran the site off the machine on which I was working, and I was sometimes even editing the live files. So every typo I made would take the site down for a moment. So yeah. That was a long time ago. I don't do that anymore. Now I have, you know, staging, production, etc. Craig, curious, are you a regular CtC viewer? Aw, seriously. So, let's see. Handle 2 key handlers undefined. Abort event undefined. But abort event should be false. Alright, so that's strange. Why would abort event come out as undefined? Ah, wait. Really? Oh, wait. I want a logical OR here. Oh, alright. So if abort event is true and that's false, we still want it to stay true. Excellent. Do you enjoy the harder types? What's your Simon number? I.e., how many, at what number of minutes of a Simon video do you know you can solve it yourself? Mine is around 40. Anything above 40, I don't do 30, 35, 40, something like that. Because I personally like easier puzzles, and there's a couple of places where I can provide you with easier puzzles, if you're interested. I'm just wary about it because I once shared those links, and then people are complaining that the puzzles were too easy. All right, first control, abort event, false, false. All right, so the whole point now here would be to just return true. And that would basically intercept control. The problem is I actually want it to work for selection. So I don't know if selection is handled separately. So we can do if this is true, we probably also want to prevent default. So I can select now. Oh, that's a weird experience, but that's kind of what I wanted. We can clean up later. All right, not exactly what I wanted, because obviously I don't actually want the selection style there. But this allows us to, so we're adding that as a feature. And then we can clean these up, 3, 6, 7, 7. I think it's actually clearer if I just do this here. And the indentation here doesn't make a lot of sense. Can I just for each through the tools as well? I think so, right? So if I do this, if I do this, and then I'll do this, and here I just refer to tool. I guess I can get rid of this. Don't need tools anymore at all for each tool. And I'll just do this in here. I mean, could even do this. Yes. Oh, no, I can't do this. Something's wrong. Ah, yes. Nesting. All right. And 3677. Get rid of that. So we have that, we have that. And then here we have just this control key handler. And, oops. I'll just put that in here for now. No biggie. All right. So let's see. Disable CTRL rule switching in editor. All right. Well, the puzzles I'm talking about are much simpler. Basically, there's a Twitter bot that posts randomly generated X puzzles, Windoku puzzles, and mixed ones, and I made a little bookmarklet that just decodes their data and encodes it into my data, and then I can load them in. So if you're interested in that, it's a really simple bookmarklet. They also have some simple ones like this one, like just basic puzzles, and then they have just pure X and pure, like the X Sudokus. These are the pure X Sudoku ones, and then they have, they're decent. I mean, they're slightly harder than most random generated, but you know, if you want, like I sometimes play them when I'm like waiting for something or just keep my fingers up busy. I got myself some cookies here, but I don't feel I can eat them with the microphone in the way. Let me see, the bookmarklet is... Boop, 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 boop. Edit. That one. I'm gonna paste it in the Discord. Ah, are you on the Discord, by the way? I should put them in a gist, shouldn't I? You know what? I'm gonna put that on my to-do list. I'm just gonna put that as an item. Create gist for puzzle bookmarklets. And then I should link to that gist somewhere as well to actually make it useful. The link. Alright, let me do a gist quickly. Gist. This goes to this channel. I don't think anything shows here. Randomly generated classic X Sudoku and Windoku and mixed puzzles from Twitter bot. Puzzle source. Marklet. Description. Book. bookmarklet will find the first tweet on the page with puzzle data and open it in it on SudokuPad.app. It will also open. I think it's basically, I think I made it also work on the Sudoku Solver NL site. So if I go here, I think it works here the same way. Yeah, it will also open puzzles on. Now I don't know if they have like other kinds of puzzles. Foursquare, X and Q. Like if I open this. Okay, it's generating. Okay, I don't know how that works. I don't really use that site. All right. Puzzle bookmark for SudokuPad.app. Oh, no. All right. Great public gist. All right. That's the link. I don't know if I can paste it in chat. Let's find out. Let me know if that works. I don't know if I can actually post links in the stream chat. Looks like it might work. All right, little sidetrack. So, and we have a conflict. Why do we have a conflict? Where's the conflict from? What would it conflict here? Doesn't make any sense. Why do I have a merge commit that does nothing? It's so silly. Why is there anyway. So we fixed that. So the next step should be yeah, continue on the feature work, I guess. So we want to be able to select the two-letter handle. Okay, so let me just these up and downs here. Handle input down, handle input up, handle input down, handle input down, handle input up. Handle input down doesn't seem to redraw the cage, or the redraw happens too late. So redraw cage uses selected cells. So I'm guessing that the selected cells haven't happened yet when handle input down fires. Handle input down. So unless I have another event, selection changed, for example, or, excuse me, or I delay this. So if I say something like set time out 0. If I do something like this, I probably need to do this. It's not bound. So now, doesn't just wait till you toggle up. All right. So that's not too bad. Get rid of that spam. Now we need to actually have some sort of structure. So there's two ways of structuring the data. Either I can just create the puzzle in the background and read the data from the puzzle, or I have a separate data structure that I'm managing, and then I have a button that turns it into an actual puzzle, right? So let's look at these buttons here. We want handle input up. This button doesn't currently have any association, right? It's just here. So handler this dot handle add handle cage add. So that should do this. And cage add, right. So I can now remove these cages. And now, obviously, you need to format and all that. Now I press the plus button, handle cage add. This section, this redraw thing. Yeah. All right. So I'm wary that I need to organize things more strictly and maybe think about structure more ahead of time. Because I could now say, okay, puzzle data, something like that, right? And then I could say cages, something like that, right? Puzzle, this dot puzzle data, puzzle dot cages, right? Oh, cages, right? And let new cage equals rip dot cage dot push new cage, and then what do we put in a cage? So do we want to apply defaults right now, or or do we want to have minimal data and then have defaults hard coded somewhere else? So when we start, where does the cage go? I'm actually going to open up the CtC editor for reference, right? So if we go to cages and I press plus, it creates a cage without cells, which is actually exactly what I want. That's part of the main feature that I've been using to hide my metadata in. So it has no cells. It does have a value of 0. I think the minimum is basically an empty list of cells. And then right. So then we want to update the UI. We can either do it in here or we can have a generic sort of re-render UI kind of call. So for now, let's just update the UI directly. Not change. Was it change section? No. Tool enter. So tool section. So we should be able to do something like document.query selector .tool section, and that'll be the parent. So we'll do framework.create, and then be the parent. In fact, then we don't need that. Just do that, and then we'll just do one of these guys here. Boom. Texture, and here it's value 0. If I change this at R1C1, Okay, so the cage has a little star there for no reason. So we could just say something like cage ... empty list, whatever, right? Boom. Does this not work this way? Whoops. Let me just poke at this thing for a second here. Tool section, size, pages, basic. What am I? Yeah, not tool section. Okay. This thing doesn't actually have anything. So we give it some sort of data, right? Data set. Or should we just use a class? We need an ID because we need to... I think ID is actually the right thing here. If I do this and I press plus here, I get a cage and I get another one. Okay. All right. All right. So now when I do handle input down, handle input out, redraw cage. So redraw cage is currently using selected cells. Do I want to make the cage independent of the selection? That's what I'm pondering right now. So basically, can I have a cage like this and then I want to be able to select these and not modify the cage? Probably not. So the moment I select the cage, selection becomes synonymous with the cage. The only problem with that is that if the cage already has cells in it, clicking somewhere will remove something. Something just fell. I heard something fall, but because of my headphones, I don't know what fell or where from. It sounded like something small. Ah, here we go. Ah, that must have been at the back desk and just got wiggled down. All right. I'm losing my mental focus because I think I took my meds really early today. So I'm actually probably running out. Let's see, what time is it? What time did I take them? Yeah, at 8. So I'm overdue. So I'm just going to wind this up because my brain is slowing down and I feel like I'm not getting anywhere. And I'll have a lunch break and then I'll get back into this with gusto. So, but first, we want to do this, right? And now we want to find our selected cage, which comes from this select thing, right? So we can do editor cages. We can do query selector this and dot value. So if I do this, and we probably do this. Oh man, it calls redraw so many times. It calls it twice. Why twice? Handle input up, handle input down. Okay, fair enough. Editor cages value. So we probably want to do something different here. Oops, no. We want to do push dot push. Okay, so it returns the index. We want to put the index in there, so then we can reference it. To index 1. So it's 1 based. All right, it's 1 based. Let cage, yeah. Let cage equals this dot. Puzzle dot cages cage idx. If cage undefined, turn. Something like that. So now, here, redraw cage. So we don't want these anymore. Cage cells. All right. So instead of this now, we'll use the cage cells. And then the final step will be obviously to update. Final stage will be to update them from the selection. Okay. Input, down, drag, move. This dot section cages. So, problem is, when do we update the cage cells from this? So when we're selecting here, that's when we want to create the selection from this thing. All right. So cage.cells equals group. So I do this, right? Redraw cage. Cage equals undefined. Oh, -1, right? Ooh, my nose crazy itch. Because it's 1 based. All right.
Excuse me. I shouldn't have done that right next to the microphone, should I?
Ah, my nose is super ticklish right now. All right. Yeah, I think I'm gonna take a break. My brain is not operating because obviously what I want to do here is, so I want to redraw. So we need to kind of have a clean way of updating the cage data, redrawing the cages, redrawing the UI relative to the cages, and all this stuff. And right now, basically, I want to capture when we're changing the cages here. So it needs to be a bit larger, something like that. All right. And then we also want to add a handler for this. Change handle cage change. Cage change. Chat, cage IDX. Cage IDX. to change 1, 2, 3. Okay. So when we're clicking on a cage, we want to update the selection to the cells in the cage. And then we want to update the cage when the selection changes. So instead of redraw, this will be update. And we need to translate from one to the other, I guess. So the selection, how do we update the selection? Okay. So, when we're changing, we want to update the thing, right? So, this.selected cells. No, not this. That. Frame.app.puzzle. Then we'll do length goes 0. And then we'll do we'll do this first. Then we'll do cage.cells.for each. .push cell. Okay. And then when we update the cage, we update cage index 3, cage blah blah blah. We'll do this. And then we want to do that. And then both are changed. That's weird. So I want to do a selection here. Cage index 2. Go back to cage index 1. Cage index 2. Cage index 1. Cage change. Let's normalize this on 0. On a 0 basis here. So cage index, cage. Cage. Okay. So cage 7. Cage 0. Cage 0. Why? It should only affect one of these cages. Cage dot cells. Selected cells. Or you want to do something else? Right. Oh yeah, we do want to do something like that. So both of them are 0 at 100. Why does it affect both of them? Ah. Update cage. So update cage happens before handle cage change. Why does update cage happen here? Yeah, we need to do a check on the selection vis-a-vis the cage. And we need a current cage. All right, so I think what we really need to do here is we need to track the current cage because it's kind of out of sync. The cage redrawing happens before the change actually kicks in. So as I click, let's say I'm on cage 1, I click, it's redrawing cage 1. It's redrawing cage 1 again because the mouse went up. Then it's changing cage from 1 to 2, supposedly. And it's still not redrawing. So we need to track which cage we're on. All right, it's a little more fuffing about. But once it's done, so I don't mind doing it. But now I need a break because my brain is too slow and I'm wasting time. I could be doing this twice as fast. So I'm gonna take a lunch break and I'll be back maybe in 2 hours or so. I'll eat, I'll have a game, and I'll see you guys after. All right, thank you very much for hanging out. Appreciate you every time you just stop in. We're making slow progress, but we're making progress. And this editor, before you know it, because once these basic things are sorted, then the other tools will go much faster. Because it'll be all the same things, just over and over and over, right? And then I'll package the code up a little bit more neatly, and before you know it, we'll have all the features in there. It's not I don't think it's a complex editor. The real power will come in with the fact that we can do, like here, I want to be able to drag the arrow, right? Like we can do things much neater than in this tool. And that's really when it's going to be fun. Once we have the basics in here. I'm not sure about the UI yet. It's like super cramped. But we'll sort that out afterwards. All right. Thanks for hanging out. As usual, you can check me out on Patreon at patreon.com/SvenCodes. Twitter. All the socials .SvenCodes.com should get you there. So Sven SudokuPad, obviously check it out on Steam, iOS, and Android. And that's it. Take care. See you in the next one. Bye-bye.